Yeah, it's unable to discover live stream. Try again. Hopefully it will discover time. Very funny how quick is the quickest one that gets. YouTube doesn't even. Okay. This is active, but I don't know. Combined chat thing. Now it should be working. I just go both the streams and leave a short message. Problematic. Appearing on. No, it's not appearing only on the combined dock. It's not appearing over here. Appearing, but dock is not working. Go to YouTube chat and no, the combined chat dock is not working at all. Try it again. Yeah, I need to copy the link and let me try to put it. I think it should show now. But confusing why it's showing in the combined chat. Try it again. Hey, it is working now. Yeah, it is working. And next time if the PC crashes, I just have to be fast with the camera. Yes, I will try doing that. Hello again, Young. Doing well. A little bit slower than you hoped, than I would hope actually. It's going at least. That's something. What's up with you? Pretty good to hear that. What are you watching now then? Which now, as in besides my stream, that is. Oh, which one? Something recent or something classic? Elspeth. Yeah, I have not even heard of that one. Probably very recent. I haven't seen anything recent, I think. Last 3, 4 years, I have been very out of touch with all TV series and movies and all those things. How is it? Any good? Welcome back. Yeah, and the chat messages were not showing up for me either, so I had to restart the social stream. It's nice. Some kind of comedy, I think, or no? Nothing. I just started. Yong here showed up. Says he's watching some new series called as Elsbeth. I think. I have no idea what that is. I was asking him. Oh, okay. Like you or something like that. You, Criminal Minds, or those in those. Now every time the fan starts getting louder, I get a bit nervous because I'm expecting the PC to crash. Hopefully it doesn't. But this time I'll at least be quick enough to take a screenshot of whatever error that is. Yeah, everyone is bilingual because everyone has to learn English. You already have that. There is no need to worry. Yeah. The funny part is even if you know one language in India, that is my own language, my mother tongue, it doesn't really help in other parts of India. There are at least 22 languages are just national languages. Then there are local languages which are not officially considered very major. There are like 1,000 dialects, and I don't know which one is the easiest, but I know Mandarin is very, very hard. I think there is also some language which has only 160 words, so you could become fluent in one day. Yeah, and it's very useful too. A lot of people speak Spanish. I think it's the second most spoken language in the world. What language do you? No, no, I have not heard of that one. I have only heard of Filipino. No, no, I didn't. You both stepped out for a bit, I think. Long distance though. I remember the Philippines head was in news for taking some strong steps against China when he was elected recently. Yeah, yeah, they wanted China to stop patrolling in their sea region. Yeah, people are saying it's going to invade Taiwan. I'll just show you on the map. Yeah, way better. Yeah, everything has a different name. They even tried to rename the Indian Ocean recently. They said you can't really name it after your country. Yeah, this is Taiwan. They said they want Taiwan back now because they said it used to be there for a while. Taiwan was ruled by the British. British and China had an agreement that Taiwan would be there for, independent for at least 50 years. Now that the agreement is ending, they want to take over Taiwan again. I think the Chinese leader recently said that by 2030 they would take over Taiwan. Yeah, China has border disputes with everybody. Here in Sea of Japan, they have problems with uh, Senkaku Islands. Yeah, and with Russia, they have a border dispute in this corner over the Amur River. Mongolia, there is some small disputes. India, there is this whole region has been taken over by China, still not given up. In with Nepal, they have dispute in this region. Bhutan, there is dispute in this region. So they have disputes going on with every single one of the neighbors. China and Russia being close by doesn't surprise people as much as US and Russia being so close. The map is always shown like this. People don't realize this is connected. When you look at it from the connection point of view, they're just side by side. Russia, this portion is connected basically. Yeah, Philippines unfortunately has the front row seat there. By the way, the current theory happens to be that during the ice age, the ice here was frozen. So people simply walked along from Russia to USA and then settled there. That's who the Native Americans were. That was the theory that was taught to us in class. I would have said I don't, probably not. But with Trump there, you have no idea what he's going to do now. Yeah, I think Trump recently said that Taiwan, he did not have any interest in getting involved in Taiwan. Too busy putting sanctions. Exactly why this topic is always in news is the United Nations reform. We have been calling for it like 30 years now. This we are just talking about it, and this is what the uh, even the topic I'm studying is the same. The G4 countries want extra members on the UN Security Council so it can be more effective. Yeah, China is very, very big. Actually, if you listen to them, they said even among the whole region above, just one sec. This is the best one. They also claim this region of Russia. They say it's actually just our region. They have you just took it over in 100 years ago or so, 200 years ago. It would be the largest country if they take back the Siberia region. This is another interesting thing. Maybe you might enjoy it. Look at this. This is a site which actually shows the true size of each country. Because Earth is a 3D globe, right? And you watch it on a 2D map, so you can't really show it properly, sizes of everything properly. Take bring it here. USA would be this size. Even Russia is small in comparison. It's not as big as it looks. It looks this big. Bring it down to equator, it's like China size. Little bit bigger, obviously, but not as big as it looks. It looks like it's covering like half the continent here. You put it on the equator, it looks about this big. But you can also see how big Africa actually is. Because of the projection, it looks like USA is so much bigger. That even Canada is so much bigger than Africa. When you just bring it over to Africa's size, then it's this small. US actual size. This is Russia's actual Canada. Yeah, I think US generally is the safest country when it comes to invasion from anywhere. Your only problem is probably Canada or Mexico. They don't have even close to the military strength that you guys. You can chill. Even in terms of nukes, they are building like a very big defense network just to stop any missiles or anything like that. 100% accurate. Still, the biggest thing to worry about would be nuclear holocaust and ice age. That's a very long, very unlikely thing. Yeah, yeah. I heard about that. I actually like watching westerns a lot, so maybe my point of view is a bit different. Not necessarily point of view, or my impression is a bit different. But what you say seems to align with that. It's just the history of the country like that. I think that sentiment is growing everywhere now, not just in USA. People are starting to dislike governments everywhere. There is actually an international grouping that works on these things. Let me just, yeah, this is the grouping that looks up if people trust the institutions or not anymore. I think last year, or yeah, trust and crisis of governance. Last year, they said the trust is at the lowest point in recent times. Yeah, widespread, basically what they're doing. Whether it's governments or media or all the established institutions, people are starting to trust less and less. Yeah, I think that's like a big division there because from what I have heard of, even rich people are feeling like everything is against them. If everyone is feeling everyone is against them, then that's completely, what should I say, a puzzle basically. Because I was listening to some of the businessmen who were talking about how the legal structure is completely punishing the businessmen. Yeah, I have heard of those. They are so frequent now you can just feels like it. They are just blending together now. So many reports constantly. 200. That's even more than I expected. Yeah, and it's mostly just the kids who are going up and doing those things, right? I think maybe it's easy to get guns, but just because you have a gun doesn't mean you go up to a school and do something with it, right? Really, what's making them do these things that uh, gets me confused. Yeah, basically, people are just on edge with everything. Like if there is a car bump, just a small car accident, people just start shooting. I think at least in school it wasn't this bad before, right? The number seems to be increasing rather than decreasing. See, that's the part it doesn't make sense, where people are so much focusing on therapy and how peace is important and how everything should be about love. And on the other side, this incidences are increasing instead of decreasing. Like the strategy is going wrong somewhere. Yeah, media, but I think social media is a little bit more responsible because not responsible, or should I say more involved because everybody can make content there. Media is a lot more sanitized in general, so they are very responsible with their statements. Yeah, exactly. Here, some people got a message on WhatsApp that children are being kidnapped, and randomly, just some travelers were going through the village. People just caught them, beat them up until they died. That's just because of WhatsApp. That's not something you expect from big media houses, at least. There is a little bit of positive there, but on the other hand, they are just keeping everything very too sanitized. Let's just say they are not uh, even trying to report on what's actually happening. Yeah, I think India is not very safe in terms of work environment, especially at the lower levels and in terms of blue collar jobs. Well, it's just the general state the society is in. I mean, if you are outside, let's just say in USA or Europe, the worker dies. Even for accidents, you get a lot of litigation. You get a lot of payments. Here, there is not a lot of problems for contractors. They just do out of court settlement for with the families, and a lot of these workers are already migrating from other states. They just come in for work, they send the money back home, and nobody really comes back if they die or get very badly injured. Then they are already not in a position to press charges and such. Yeah, it's just the legal structure is not quite there yet. But there are also very too many people here, right? Even if a worker dies, there are five, six who are actually looking to replace him instantly. The value for each person is not quite there. Well, that's a 50-50. There are some who are good. General consensus is they are good. But there are plenty of them who are not good. There are fake encounters. There are a lot of corruption, bribes. But I don't think there are just getting pulled over and getting shot. That's not a problem here. It's not so much as getting shot, but the other things they can do that can be very problematic. Can make your life very miserable. Yeah, I have seen a lot of videos regarding that. Especially USA cops are very notorious everywhere, basically. I have not heard a single good story. No, I have heard good stories, but generally, whatever discussion I'm in, there is a like a underlying agreement that there is a problem with the cops. That's not so much the case in case of India. Yeah, we know they are corrupt, but there is still like a limit there. Yeah, that's not going to happen in India. I mean, at least as far as I know, people don't really get shot so much. Police are brutal sometimes, but not in a lethal way. Yeah, even reading that is insane to me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that happens over here at least. Actually, we do have very less weapons in civilization. Sorry, civilian population anyway. There are very few people who carry weapons. Even police are not so much on the edge here. Yeah, they tend to, but a lot of them have some accomplishments, right? At least here you have to pass some exams and everything to be a cop. My brother-in-law is also a cop. He seems to be one of the nicer ones. Here, generally, it's the whole justice system that acts that way, though. In India, specifically, judges do have laws that cannot talk about their conduct too much, or they will put a contempt of court case on you. That a video? Okay. Give me a moment. I will just finish this. Yeah, I will just let me just finish this. Why? What happened? Yeah, I'll play the video now. Hold on. Is that the veteran that got pushed by the cops? I think I have seen that one before. What is this ad? Skip it and start the rest of it.
Is about to erupt.
Get out of the car now!
The driver is a lieutenant in the U.S. Army.
Keep your hands outside the window!
My hands are right here. What's going
Get out
on?
of the car now!
He was stopped for not having
Is it audible now?
a rear license plate on his new SUV, but you can see he had a temporary plate in the window.
I'm honestly afraid to get out. Can I?
Yeah, dude, you should be. Get out!
He is told repeatedly to get out of the SUV.
Get out the car!
Get out of the car now! Get out!
Second Lieutenant Karen Nazario can't believe what's happening.
I'm actively serving this country, and this is how you're gonna treat me?
Police will tell you even routine traffic stops keep them on edge because they can sometimes be so unpredictable. You never know what will happen. What happened next was shocking. Suddenly, the lieutenant is pepper sprayed. He gets out, wincing in pain, and is forced to the ground.
Why am I being treated like this?
You're
Why?
not cooperating. Get on the ground!
The police officer said it was considered a high-risk stop because he thought the SUV driver was eluding police. The Army officer says he was just driving to a well-lit area.
He did absolutely nothing wrong.
Tom Roberts is the Army lieutenant's lawyer.
Lieutenant Nazario obeyed one command: keep your hands outside of the window. He tried to de-escalate. He tried to find out what was going on.
Now the officer who fired off the pepper spray has been fired. We asked retired LAPD Sergeant Cheryl Dorsey to
Yeah, that's the scary part, right? If you're trying to get down, then they might worry that you have a weapon. If you don't try to get down, then you're not cooperating. It's just a no-win situation there.
analyze the video.
It just makes sense, man, woman, or child, to put yourself in a well-lit area so that officers can see you, you can see the officers.
Yeah, this is exactly it. Before, you have no idea if you're the police think he's running away. He thinks he should go to a well-lit area. Especially when there is a threat of this person carrying a gun, they are on edge. This person is on edge because he knows how the cops are there. You know, I have never had a single interaction like this, not even once. Cops that actually pull you over here are very, very, very polite. I mean, not necessarily, they are not always polite, but nothing compared to this. Like, compared to this, everything I have seen is in the polite range completely. No, no, I was just saying by comparison, the cops that pull you over here are completely polite. I mean, the worst I have gotten is a kind of attitude, but this is several steps beyond what I've ever seen in India. No, I can't say for the entire India. Maybe there are bad cops here as well, but we never really pepper spray people or for not stopping over. And before that, I was just saying that for the person in the car, if you stay in the car, then you are not cooperating. And if you are getting out, you might get shot because you are moving too fast, you are moving, they get worried. It's like a no-win situation. And even for the cops, it's always a very high risk thing, right? The person, you don't know if he's some kind of influence is there, if he's violent, you have no idea.
वो खुद नहीं है ना व्लादिमीर, क्योंकि यूक्रेन ऐसा
Yeah, I think Young was earlier saying the Philippines president had something to do with ICC. One of the presidents was given to ICC, I think. Yeah, I have actually heard that. There are some lawyers on YouTube who always tell you about these things.
वो खुद नहीं है ना व्लादिमीर, क्योंकि यूक्रेन एज अ मेंबर स्टेट ऑफ है ना, तो व्लादिमीर पुतिन के अगेंस्ट अब वो मेंबर, कोई मेंबर कंट्री उसको अरेस्ट कर ले। जैसे अगर वो साउथ अफ्रीका जाते तो साउथ अफ्रीका अरेस्ट कर लेता उनको। हमारे यहाँ कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, बिकॉज वी आर ऑल्सो नॉट मेंबर कंट्री ऑफ आईसीसी।
No, Philippines. He's from Philippines, right? Their former president was handed over to ICC, if I remember correctly. If you are just asking about Ukraine, then yeah, Ukraine is a member. I think, yeah, Russia is not a member, Ukraine is a member. The ICC did put out a warrant against Vladimir Putin in 2023. He couldn't attend the BRICS summit.
Now, comparison between ICC and ICJ. Yes, Genesis क्या
sorry,
है?
I forgot to mute the audio. Yeah, that was the incidents the teacher was explaining. Yeah, she was exactly talking about that. While Russia is not a member, Ukraine is a member of ICC. That's why they put out a warrant against Vladimir Putin. See, Russia, India, China, all of the major countries are not members, but they still actually got a warrant issued against him because for crimes against humanity. So ICC is International Court of Justice, while ICJ is International Court of Justice. My bad. ICC is International Criminal Court. So basically, at international level, there are three major courts. Out of these, two are the important ones. ICJ, that is Court of Justice, comes in between when there is a battle between two nations. Then they give verdict. But ICC is for individual people. Let's just say a president who is committing war crimes or something like that. Against them, the ICC will issue warrants. That's the basic difference. They are not very useful, but at least they have some moral pressure. Yeah, just hold on a bit. I'll be back. No, the question is fine, but it's a very long answer to give. There are several regions basically. If you go back to our independence movement, there were two camps. One was our Congress, and one was a major party called as Muslim League. They wanted a separate land specially for Muslims. That's why they made Pakistan. Since then, there were basically between any two countries, if there is partition, there is border dispute, right? So there is a one land called as Kashmir, always matter of contest. Basically, this side is Pakistan. This is the rest of India. The small portion here is Bangladesh. They haven't shown it. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I don't know what that is. To let me know the context, I can probably. Yeah, so this is the Pakistan region which was separated from India, and earlier they also had this region. So this green portion, which is now Bangladesh and Pakistan, these two were a single country back then, till 1971. Then in 1971, India actually supported the independence of this portion. Because of course there is a large gap, like 2,000 kilometer at least between those two. They wanted independence. India supported them. The issue just got worse. This portion is Kashmir. They claim the entire region for their own. India says no, this is ours for the treaty. There have been at least 4 wars regarding this. This should tell. Absolutely. This is a big one. So if you look at this map, this one we call it Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Pakistan calls it the independent Kashmir. Basically, this is the region they are claiming entirely as their own. India is not giving them the region. Basic reason there is like religion and land. Yeah, I know Vrindavan is a place. I have been to Vrindavan. It's a place, but not really related to Pakistan. Somewhere here, basically in northern India, there are several places that are very famous in terms of temples and such. So Vrindavan is one of those places. Exactly. Oh, okay. Vrindavan is just a religious tourism destination. Honestly, there are better places to go than this. No, no, as far as I know, there is no political saying there. Maybe they are saying something else. Yeah, whenever this happens, guess me. Yeah, I will check him out sometime. I have not seen what he's saying or what the context behind is. That's good. Pakistan actually has some very beautiful places. Even the region I just talked about, Kashmir, right? Considered one of the most beautiful places on earth. Look at this. Can hire one of these boats and just stay there for a couple of. There are some very unique animals here as well. I can't even tell if it's AI. No, no, no problem. I was just, that's what I was explaining, right? The Kashmir, which is on the border, has been a point of contention for a while. And there is also religion. So these two things are, that one I have not heard of. What is it? I check what it is. Oh, it's cute. I was just going to say if they're related to lemurs at all. Madagascar does seem like a very fun place to visit sometime, especially if you like wildlife of any kind. Really just different compared to anywhere else. I animals? Acha, this. Oh, that is creepy. Yeah, that is not a happy looking. Yeah, you can see why they are called as I. Oh my god. It really looks like something out of a horror movie. Look at this. This is a horror movie. Yeah, no, that's a good thing to see before you go to sleep. Appropriate. The cursed lemur. Have you seen Planet Earth? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. I really like all these wildlife videos anyway. Yeah, I will shut up.
What bird has the most elaborate, the most complex, the most beautiful song in the world? Well, I guess there are lots of contenders, but this bird must be one of them. The superb lyrebird of southern Australia. He clears a space in the forest to serve as his concert platform. To persuade females to come close and admire his plumes, he sings the most complex song he can manage. And he does that
No, I
by
already
copying
like
the
it.
songs of all the other birds he hears around him, such as the kookaburra. It's a very convincing impersonation. Even the original is fooled.
Nice.
He can imitate the calls of at least 20 different species. He also, in his attempt to outsing his rivals, incorporates other sounds that he hears in the forest. That was a camera shutter.
Oh,
And again.
that actually does sound like a camera shutter.
And now a camera with a motor drive.
Oh,
And that's a car alarm. And now the sounds of foresters and their chainsaws working nearby.
Oh. That's amazing. Yeah, ignore the bot. Yeah, this is probably one of the subscriptions you would not regret later on. Going to watch this whole thing, BBC's several videos when I have time later on, after the exam, hopefully. Wildlife videos are some of my favorite ones.
Yes, and General Assembly and Security Council elects these members.
Yeah, parrots tend to really master the way people talk, but nothing like this.
And both of them will vote simultaneously but separately. Yes, and General Assembly and Security Council elects these members. And both of them will vote simultaneously but separately to elect the judges in ICJ. यहाँ पे रिन्यूएबल है टर्म. रिन्यूएबल मतलब 9 साल पूरे हो गए लेकिन फिर से वो जज री इलेक्ट अगर हो गया तो फिर से जज बन सकता है ऑफ आईसीजे इटसेल्फ. इसका मतलब ये है कि वहां पे ना जैसे प्रोसिक्यूटर पहले बोलेगा कि हाँ ठीक है आई वांट टू ओपन अ केस अगेंस्ट से अगेंस्ट
No, I was just saying, yeah, the discovery videos are something you wouldn't regret if you get a subscription for it. Because personally, I really like these wildlife videos. I was just saying that the parrots here as well master very different kind of people talking. They have really just get their accent down, everything, but nothing like this. The chainsaw one specifically was outstanding.
अगेंस्ट नेतान्याहू. ठीक है, तो वो हाँ ठीक है आई वांट टू ओपन अ केस अगेंस्ट से अगेंस्ट नेतान्याहू. ठीक है, तो वो पहले अपने फाइंडिंग्स प्री ट्रायल कोर्ट के पास ले जाएगा. प्री ट्रायल बोलेगा दे विल गो थ्रू द केस प्राइमा फेसी. फिर उनको लगेगा कि हाँ प्राइमा फेसी केस बन रहा है इनके अगेंस्ट. देन दे विल से यस यू कैन गो अहेड विथ द ट्रायल. सो देन इन्वेस्टिगेशन एक थरो इन्वेस्टिगेशन होगा. उसके बाद फिर वो ट्रायल कोर्ट के पास जाएंगे. फिर ट्रायल कोर्ट विल गिव अ जजमेंट एट द एंड ऑफ इट. लेकिन लास्ट में ट्रायल कोर्ट के जजमेंट से अगर डिससैटिस्फाइड है यू कैन गो टू यू कैन अपील है ना. तो आप एपिलेट है ना ब्रांच के पास जा सकते हैं. फाइन. और इसमें क्या है आईसीसी में द जुरिस्डिक्शन डील्स ओनली विथ इंडिविजुअल्स. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. And as far as ICJ, it deals with countries, member countries. ठीक है. और यहाँ पे दो तरह के इनके jurisdiction होता है. Nature of jurisdiction is of two types. One is on contentious cases. So legal disputes between countries, member countries who are parties of ICJ. Yes, they will give legally binding judgment.
With that change, how long
yes,
it goes?
और कुछ advisory opinion भी देते हैं when
No,
there
no,
is a
I'm just
request
saying
for
the
advisory
laptop
opinion
has
on
completely
legal question
hanged.
referred
Nothing is
by
working.
UN organization or certain specialized agencies.
But the stream is still going somehow.
ठीक है.
I guess this is
Fine.
basically
So
what
this
was
is
happening before
important
the
कि
mother
यहाँ
board
पे
was replaced as
ICC
well.
में it deals only with individuals. Yes, and only for 4 offenses
This is very strange.
they
I have
can
your
be
video.
tried.
Is the video
है ना.
working?
So war crimes, crimes against humanity, genocide and crimes of aggression. Yes. Why individuals can be
I
tried in
can't
their
even see
own
your
national
chat on the
court.
laptop. I'm trying to
है ना.
see it
नेशनल
through the
कोर्ट में
mobile.
तो इंडिविजुअल्स ट्राई होते हैं. फिर यहाँ पे आईसीसी में आने की क्या जरूरत है. Yes, to check
So basically
impunity.
the laptop is working just
है ना.
fine.
क्या होता है
but the
कि
screen is
देखो
frozen
look at the
and
nature
any
of crime.
inputs are frozen.
Genocide है ना. genocide मतलब ethnic cleansing. Yes, war crimes, crime against humanity, crimes of aggression. Normal people
I'll
like
just
you and
switch it
me
off.
cannot
This is
commit
just
such
very weird.
crimes. Yes,
See
they
you
will be
later.
committed by
I think I'll stream
individuals who
tomorrow
have a
more.
lot
I'll
of
talk to
power
the
concentrated in them.
Dell engineer and see
Yes,
if
तो
we can
ये
figure this
लोग
out.
क्या है कि ये they can affect the judgment in their
No,
national
nothing.
courts.
Absolutely nothing is
So
working.
ICC is created to complement the national jurisdiction. Yes, to prevent any person enjoying
I did try to
impunity.
use the task manager, but it
just
won't
by favorably affecting the judges, they might gain impunity. तो वो ना हो
Yeah,
इसलिए
it's
ICC create
nearly
हुआ
9
था.
o'clock. I should sleep now.
Yes, and India was in fact one of the pioneering countries
But I
to
will be
be
back tomorrow as
part of
usual.
negotiation of Rome Statute.
I don't know if you can hear
लेकिन
me
हमने
through what
finally
she's
sign
saying,
नहीं किया
but
Rome Statute. क्यों
I should
नहीं
sleep
sign
now
किया?
anyway. It's
Because
yeah. See you later.
हाँ, एक तो है कि हमने कहा था कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट हमारा
I'll try to
नेशनल
just directly power this off now.
जुडिशियल सिस्टम
Okay.
इज कॉम्पिटेंट
Good night.
इनफ.
See you. Have a good
हमें
day. I
जरूरत
guess
नहीं
you're
है
in
कि
US,
उसको कोई कॉम्प्लीमेंट करने की कोई और सिस्टम की जरूरत नहीं है. If and when such cases arise,
All right, all
the
right. I'll
national
go now.
judiciary will be able to
See you
tackle
tomorrow
it.
if you show up.
Another important
Later.
reason actually why we did not join ICC, because when we were part of the negotiation, we wanted use of nuclear weapons or use of cross-border terrorism to be recognized as crimes within jurisdiction of ICC, जो हमारा concern है. But since they were not recognized within the jurisdiction of ICC, India chose not to be a member country of ICC. That is the primary reason. But as far as PCA is concerned,
Yeah, I powered
PCA
it
का
off and it's
jurisdiction
still
क्या है?
working. That is just
Write down. You can write down
crazy.
few facts on PCA. When was PCA created? In 1899. It is the first international
going to wave
court.
hello to the camera and see if
PCA
it's still
stands
working.
for Permanent Court of
Yeah, it is
Arbitration.
still working.
It was established.
I don't even know
It
how
was
to shut this off
established
anymore.
through the first Hague Convention. It was established through the first Hague Convention. It was established through the first Hague Convention in 1899. In 1899.